Warning.
Watch very closely now. 3, 2, 1. Bzow! Check that out.
The following podcast features terrible jokes.
Did you know you can use Hot Wheels cars when you need to make a saving throw in D&D? Every car is die-cast.
Usually about board games.
We want the fun. Gotta have that fun.
Must insist that no one attempt to recreate any joke performed on this podcast.
We had less technical issues than $1 million company.
All right!
This is Boards and Swords.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Boards and Swords. This is a podcast featuring bad jokes, good folks, and some tabletop games. I'm your host. My name's Chris Renshaw, and I'm clicking the wrong button. And I'm going to flip it over there to my co-host, Mr. Philip Herbreg.
What's going on, everybody? I want to welcome our live viewer. Welcome to Monday.
Yeah. All right.
Today I've been seeing this meme float around.
Uh-oh.
It's 303 day.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. So remember, don't trust a hoe.
Wow. Okay. With that great transition here, also we've got this week, we've got Breeze from Zephyr Workshop. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. Everything is going excellent.
So for those not familiar with you and Zephyr Workshop, what would people know you from?
That's a good question. My name is Breeze. I have a board game publishing company, Zephyr Workshop. I also do lots of development work for other publishers on some more well-known games. I've worked on titles for All Play like Kabuto Sumo. And I've worked on some IP games for IDW. I did the Batman, the animated series, Adventures, miniatures game. I did some work on that. And I've done work on some Clue stuff for Hasbro, and I have a long list of. I get to gingerly touch a lot of games, aside from my own games. So maybe somebody has played something of mine at some point.
And then the biggest game that you guys have for Zephyr Workshop would be A.E.G.I.S, right?
Oh yeah, A.E.G.I.S, my cool Voltron robot. It came out a couple of years ago, and then we did really well, so we did a Kickstarter to do a whole sequel expansion dealie, and now that is actually finally about to ship and fulfill. So that is very exciting. And we're also reprinting the first game too, so we have an entire full shipping container of A.E.G.I.S goodies releasing soon. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I bet so. And we're gonna get to talking a little bit more about A.E.G.I.S in a bit, but first we've got some news.
News.
All right. I love that the thing didn't update. My tablet screen is still showing the weird Reddit that I found. Let's see. Let's try.
Yeah, whenever we stream for
There we
A.E.G.I.S
go.
stuff, it's always jumping through hoops.
Oh yeah,
Just,
especially with Discord.
Technical hoops. Oh yeah.
All right. Hey Philip. Sometimes it's hard to understand my wife. I spend a lot of time trying to decipher her. So this one kind of shocked me a little bit because Decipher's back apparently, and for a lot of people, you may be like, "Who is that?" But do you remember? If you're my age or older, probably not younger, but if you're my age or older, you might remember the Star Wars collectible card game, the original one. That was Decipher, and I think they even made a Star Trek CCG that was the same system but with Star Trek cards.
Gotcha.
But they were big in the 90s and early 2000s at least. When I say big, I'm not talking Wizards of the Coast big, but I'm for tabletop gaming, which was not a really big industry back then. It was pretty big. They even did, I think they did a Lord of the Rings CCG back when like even more everything had like we're still trying to figure out what works in a CCG